Hey guys, Brandon with Simply Lawn Care Services, another Workflow Wednesday. So this is going to be a continuation of the dispatch board workflow I posted last week, and this is going to be on how we schedule a project and how we use our scheduling sheet with CoPilot. So what I have here first off is this is the dispatch board we already talked about. I have this job here that was scheduled. Now, there's a lot of ways you can go about the scheduling. How we do it here is we have the office input the accepted estimate into this dispatch sheet. So I, as the office person, put it in here. And then I, as the office person, also schedule a week for that service. The general manager is the one who picks the day. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Now, I have this here, right? So I can see this is a landscaping project, weeding, trim, and shape, and 7 budget hours. A dispatch note of they prefer Monday or Tuesday. So what I do is I come up to our scheduling sheet. Now, our scheduling sheet, very simple. You can see we have the week here, so the week of 6/2 to 6/8, and then we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Each day, you put the customer name, the budget hours of the job, and the dispatch note. Now, all these calculations here, this is kind of basic Excel. I'm not going to explain this. You can just watch a YouTube video on it, but it'll total up these numbers for you. That's how we're getting these totals here. It's doing it automatically. Now, all these are on a set day. I'm not putting them on a set day. The general manager puts them on a set day. These are already on set days because these are from before. It is currently 6/19, so this week is past. The general manager already scheduled these. Let's go down to next week. So this is next week, 6/23 to 6/29. You can see everything is over here. Now what we do is we schedule like this. This is kind of our dispatch board of the scheduling sheet. It's like a dispatch for that week. Now, you can see we have landscaping and lawn care. That's how we break it up. There's only one lawn care job, it's a seeding, and then the rest is landscaping. So what my job is as the office person is I have to look at this week, right? Now I can see we have a total of 98 budget hours already scheduled, plus 0.75, call it 99 budget hours. So currently I know that we have a budgeted hour capacity of 90 budget hours for our project team. That's because we're only running 3 project people right now, and we give them 30 budget hours a week of work. I've exceeded a bit here, but our project teams are pretty efficient, so I don't think this is going to be a problem for them. Now, this is all here. I don't have to do anything, but you can see it's already full. So there's 98 hours. I can't book this 7-hour job on this week. It's already full. So I have to go to July. You can see it's the same sheet, but for July. We put the week in here. So this is in 2 weeks, 6/3 to 7/6. 85 budget hours. Okay. So that we could squeeze a 7-hour job into, but what I'm going to check is, all right, so there's no time constraint on this other than she wants on a Monday or Tuesday, right? So it's not a time sensitive job. This doesn't say she needs it done by the 4th of July or anything like that. So instead of just trying to cram this into this week and fill this week that's 2 weeks out, I'm going to go the next week. And the reason is I still have some room here. It's only like half full this week. And I would rather put jobs that don't have time constraints farther out instead of trying to cram them in, because we might get a call next week from a customer who says, hey, I need my hedges trimmed before the 4th of July. I don't care what it costs. I'll pay it. Do you have room for me? And I would much rather have room for that person on the schedule than the person who's like, yeah, just trim the hedges whenever. I don't care. Because we can charge them a higher premium, which means our team members will make more money because we'll charge more budget hours on it. So we try to leave a little bit of room here. So even though this is, I say it's a max of 90, we can probably do 100 hours this week because, again, our project team's pretty efficient. And I just know that from experience. Now, I'm going to schedule it for 3 weeks out. That's what I've decided, 7/7 to 7/13. So what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this, copy, paste, budget hours, 7, copy, paste. And then this is services. So I'm going to copy that, paste it. And then dispatch notes. And would prefer Monday/Tuesday. Now, the reason we have the dispatch notes here is, again, I'm not going to actually schedule a set day. That's going to be the general manager's job. So I'm leaving this note here. That way, when the general manager schedules a set day for this service, he knows the customer wants a Monday or Tuesday on this week and will most likely be able to accommodate. So what do we do now? We have it on this scheduling sheet here. How do we get it on the CoPilot? So what we do now is I've picked a week, 7/7 to 7/13. So I'm going to go to the estimate. Here is the estimate. They didn't book the mowing, but they booked the weeding and trim and shape. So I'm going to go to create event, create visit. And what we do, if it's a landscaping service, it is just called landscaping. If it's a mowing, it just says mowing. I don't care what these notes say here. I'm not adding any notes here. And the reason we're not adding a description or notes up here and it just says landscaping is you don't want your team to get lazy. We used to put like landscaping, make sure you bring hedge trimmer, make sure you bring ladder. We put notes in there. Don't do that, because all you're doing is encouraging the team not to actually read the estimate notes and the visit notes that you put. Just put landscaping. It forces them to read all their notes every day and watch their videos. So what I am going to do, though, is, there are estimate notes here, but if there's like a really important note that's bolded, I'll usually post it in the notes for the visit just to make sure it gets done, just in case. But again, there's nothing super important here, so I'm not going to actually put in that. So we got both services here, and now I need to select the date. So what we do is I go back, I see this is 7/7 to 7/13. We always schedule on the Sunday of that week, so it's the first day of the week. So 7/7. See, it's a Sunday, and I put it on there. And crew, we just do no crew assigned. And lastly, I'm just going to check, are there any photos attached to this estimate? So I can't get back to it because I've already opened this up, so I have to open a new page. Oh, here it is here, Marianne. And I'm just checking. Okay, there's a photo, but this is a satellite photo that was for the mowing that they didn't accept, so they don't need that. So great, I'm going to create the visit and then schedule page. Always go to the schedule page because we want to double check. Did I put on the right date? If you're scheduling like 6 jobs at once, really easy to accidentally select the wrong date. So I always double check. Did I put on the right date? 7/7, perfect. So that's on there. And now the last thing I do as the office person is I go to this person's account. I go up to email. And what we do is we have a template. We organize it, and it's called project. So I'm looking for project. These are the project emails. And I can see scheduling week. So scheduling week, and you can see your project's on the schedule. And I just let the customer know, hi, your project is scheduled for the week of blank to blank. Now, if this person has like multiple projects with multiple days, I'll usually look at this and go, okay, weeding, trim and shape, and I'll paste it in here because I might have to send multiple of these emails. And this way they can keep track of what's happening when. So I'll just add it now, and then for the week of blank to blank. So 7/7 to 7/13. I'm going to enter that in. We will contact you by that Sunday with the exact day our team will be coming to begin the project. Let us know if you have any questions. So this is when it gets passed off to the general manager. So I'm going to send the email. That's been sent. Now that it's been sent, I need to mark it as blue. GM scheduled. Even though I'm not the GM, that should technically be office manager scheduled, but again, it is on the schedule now and the customer has been messaged. Now, like I said, if you're a general manager for us, this is what happens now. Let's say the week approaches. It's Sunday, or he usually does this on Friday, but say he comes in Sunday to send them before that week. What he does is he looks at all these. And what's cool is he has a schedule just to make sure they're all here. But he can then go to the dispatch board. He can go to 7/7. And look at this. The 4 jobs are right here. So he can select them. And what's great is he can now look, where are these jobs? Okay, so I have these down here. And I have one up here. So these are pretty tight density, and there's one random one. But let's say there was some projects over here, some over here, some over here. What's cool is he can actually go through. He can use this tool here, and he could go, okay, I want all the jobs. I want these jobs that are east. I want these on the same day, right? Just to keep route density. And then you can click move event, and you can select the date for that. And then he would input that in here too. So if you moved the Joyce job and the Nancy job, he would put those both on Monday if you want them on Monday. But this is what we like to do so we can try to make these projects as efficiently and route dense as possible. This one isn't a great example of that, but that's how it would work in practice. And then what the general manager does is, let's say he was scheduling Mary Ann, so it's he just put her on one of these days, say it was Monday. He would go over here. He'd go back to her email. He'd go to the project. And he would select scheduling day. So you can see, hey, our team's coming this week. Hi, customer. We have a project scheduled for, there's this tag event date. This can be a little wonky sometimes, so I usually like to write in the actual date manually. Then you can see we'll update you if the changes as the week progresses. I would recommend putting a note like this, which is we can't give you a time frame unless you call the day of, because a lot of people will call and be like, why aren't the team here? It's a noon, and it's like, well, you're the third job of the day, so they're going to get there. Don't worry. But yeah, this is just what we put. He sends this. Another way you can do this too is on here. Say you wanted to message these two customers, Joyce and Deborah, because they're both on Monday. You can actually click send by email, and you can do this same thing. You can select that same template. So if you're booking multiple people on the same day, just do that. And now you can let them know you're coming on Tuesday or Monday or whenever it is. And that is it. Let me know if you guys have any questions.